right, welcome into ZBR, guys. We got the full crew here tonight. Sitting in, of course, we got Reed of the Losertown Dick Cats. We got Brady of the Thamesville Silly Boys. And rounding out the group is, of course, myself, Zach of the Toronto Taint States. Only one of those names isn't real. How are you guys?
I'm doing great.
Doing pretty good.
Ready to make some predictions for this playoffs and ready to get into it.
Yes, we are. That's what we're here to do. Let's go ahead and jump into that. So let's start with the Lions at the 49ers. What are you guys thinking for this game? Who you got?
Reed, you can start off.
49ers, because, I'm not going to root for the Lions. definitely not happening. I was really hoping the Bucks were going to win. I was hoping for Bucks 49ers, and I was kind of either or, but, rooting for the Niners, and, just no Lions is all, please.
Bucks 49ers sounds really unaesthetically pleasing to watch, honestly.
It would have been a fucking ass kicking for sure. The Bucks got pretty fortunate.
I just wanted Baker to win a Super Bowl.
That would be cool.
I can get that. Underdog, yeah. Unrelated, but did you guys see?
Though, if you're a number one pick,
was he a number one pick? I guess he was. Sheesh.
Yeah.
I guess he made himself an underdog. He probably wasn't at one point, but he kind of made himself an underdog.
Since recently, yeah.
But unrelated, but comeback player of the year. Did you guys see that Joe Flacco came out and said that Damar Hamlin should be the one to get to the award? Like, this fucking guy, dude. Come on. Like, it should be Joe or Baker. I
think you made a good point by saying the award should just be named after him.
Yeah, who was it that said that?
A few weeks ago. You did. We talked a few weeks back.
I don't think that was my idea. I think I got that from somebody else. So I can't take credit for that. But yeah, I think I heard that from somebody else. And I think that's a great idea. Honestly, I thought I got that from you. But
I can't remember. Maybe it was the other way around. I just remember it was a conversation me and you had, but
yeah, I think that would be the perfect way to do it. Name it the Damar Hamlin Comeback Player of the Year award, and then give it to Baker or Joe. Preferably Joe, in my opinion, but I think Baker is totally deserving too because he had a hell of a bounce back.
Who else was up for the award other than Damar Hamlin?
Baker and Joe. The top odds were Damar, Joe, Baker. I forget who the other two were over on FanDuel for that.
Was Matthew Stafford a part of that?
Matthew Stafford was one, yes. Gosh, I don't remember who the fifth was. I cannot recall. We might Google that real quick.
If we're being honest, I'd probably give it to Baker because of the three. He
played
won
a full season
game.
Yeah, and that
played
too.
The full season. He won a playoff game.
Yeah.
So.
I
because no one expected the Bucks
totally
to be
fair.
Even competitive. A lot of people before the season thought the Bucks were going to be so bad that they were going to be the ones to get Caleb Williams or a top 5 pick. So
yeah, I don't remember what I had them at. Let me see. I had the Bucks.
Like 8-9. I can actually look up real quick. I want to say 8-9 or 9-8, like hovering around 500. Let's see here.
Yeah. Okay, I had the Bucks going 11-6, so I wasn't too far
Okay,
off.
never mind. I had them at 5-12. That's a bad take.
I had them 11-6, so I feel solid about that. Was that right? Was that what they went?
No,
or
they went
were they
9-8.
10-5 or 9-8? Oh, okay.
9-8, yeah.
You can't go 10-6 anymore.
No, not with us. And they're gonna go 18 games too, real soon.
Yeah, and honestly, bucket more fantasy football.
Okay, so if they do an extra game, I think there should be an extra bye week. There's so many freaking injuries. Like, you still get games every week, but you just kind of get a break, Or like, I don't know, something's got to be done. Like, that's grueling, dude. 18 fucking games.
Yeah, absolutely. 18 weeks and then just add 2 buys. I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
Fuck
I think
yeah.
an extra bye would be cool. Like,
Yeah.
you get a bye in like week 7, then a bye in week 13 or something. Like,
Yeah.
that's ideal. I could live with that and still get
And
football
I
every
think the
week.
players
'Cause you're
would
still
love that too.
rotating those out. Oh, absolutely.
You're not adding a game,
could
just
build-
adding an extra week of rest in there. Like,
Yeah, and
they're
the
gonna be for
NFL
it.
and your NFL's going to make money doing that too because you're extending it even more because
yeah,
it's not just
you
week
already
18.
fucking
Yeah.
have.
Yeah,
And
bro,
we all
like, it's
know
a
the
genius
NFL will do
idea.
fucking anything to. Okay, I heard. I'm sorry to get just a little bit more off topic, but I heard someone with
You're
a take the other day that said something that the Peacock thing was like a bit of a test to see if people would pay like per view for like NFL stuff, and that the NFL in a couple years may end up being sort of like a pay-per-view event. Like, do you guys think there's
I
any
heard
legitimacy
that.
to that?
No, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't. I really
That would be
don't.
stupid.
Yeah. I
They
don't
made
see
a lot
that.
of money off of it,
I get that, but like
more
so
money
many
than they did
other-
off like commercials and stuff. If I understand
That
right,
pisses
or they
me
would
off.
stand like to do that like in a Super Bowl setting if they
So
did it
what,
in like the same
every
format.
every game would be a pay-per-view?
Like they said Super Bowl in the take that I heard. They didn't necessarily say every playoff game, but they said it was like a test. So maybe just like certain games, and then eventually do that. I don't know. I could kind of see it if it's gonna make the NFL more money, and if people are gonna buy it, why wouldn't they do it? If people are gonna do it, it's the NFL.
I promise you, yeah, they probably broke records on streaming, but I guarantee it more people illegally streamed that than streamed it. Just
Well, yeah, sure, but if they're still making more money off it, then I mean, at the end of the day,
yeah, dude. I just don't. It's already pissing a lot of people. I could see it, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. I don't. That would fucking suck if it did. I mean, I wouldn't pay for it. I'd find a way. Off record, but you know, yeah.
yep.
Paying
All
like,
right,
$70
well-
fucking dollars for a Super Bowl. Jesus Christ.
That is the future, son. Enjoy your 15-minute city. Anyways, back to the game, though. I am going upset with the Lions here. I think the 49ers' rush defense is a little bit overrated. I've kind of thought that all year. And I've heard a couple people say that in the past week that backed that up for me. You know, they are top 3 in rushing yards allowed and rushing attempts allowed. And that's nice, but that's also because people got to pass all the time to keep pace with them and catch up. If you look at it, they're 10th in yards per carry at 4.1, which isn't terrible, but still, I think they get hammered. They just gave up 5 yards per carry to the Packers, and I think Montgomery and Gibbs just hammer him, set up the play action for Goff to hammer him with Amon-Ra St. Brown. Maybe Josh Reynolds gets involved, Sam Laporta. And yeah, I think Detroit gets the job done here. Maybe their defense makes a big play or two when they need to, you know, maybe a big interception or a fumble recovery or something like that. And low-key, kind of like as far as like a textbook standpoint, I like Kyle Shanahan more as like a coach. But Kyle Shanahan, like, he's got that history of, you know, kind of shrinking in the playoffs and fading away. And that is very clearly not Dan Campbell. Bro is going for, like, a 2-point conversion on, like, the 25-yard line, like, last week or the week before, was it? Like, bro does not give a fuck. He's balls in, balls to the wall, which... both have their pros and both have their cons. So, I mean, it balances out, but... I don't know. I kind of like
Do you have a score
the
prediction?
balls to the ball coach there.
You got a score?
A score? Ooh, that I didn't, but off the top of my head, I'm thinking 38-35.
Interesting. So, 49ers are a 7-point favorite. What you did say, the run defense can be had. They do. That's a little bit of weakness for the Niners. They do have one of the top pass defenses.
Yes.
I think at home, Jared Goff gets rattled with pressure, throws a couple interceptions, just kind of they fall behind and just can't catch up. And I'm thinking it's gonna be like a 41-17 kind of game where the Niners just run away with it. It's just their year to get back to the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Two things.
41-24 Niners.
Two things
What's
I'll
that?
say to that. The 49ers, if I remember right, they were like third lowest in blitz rate this year. So I don't know if they're going to force him into stuff like that. And also since
I don't
week
think they have
13,
to with blitz.
well, and since week 13, they're I believe they were 8th in most TDs allowed, passing touchdowns allowed since week 8. Since week 13, excuse me. It was since week 13.
Yeah.
They're 8th
The Lions,
in most passing touchdowns allowed.
The Lions are also not a deep passing team themselves.
Defensively,
They're more. No, I'm talking about offense. They don't really chuck the ball down the field that much. They're a run team, and they throw like short to intermediate passes. So I mean,
I think that
they'll
can
occasionally they'll take
get the
top.
job done here. Personally,
It could,
especially
I just-
if they get the ground game going with Montgomery and Gibbs. If those guys are running like I think they will, I think
Here's what
this
it-
game is Detroit's to lose.
Could be. I think the Niners are going to sell out on the run and force the Lions to beat them through the air, and I think Goff gets rattled. But you know, I'm just kind of hoping for a good game, but I just think the Niners are probably going to run away with it. But it would be great to see Detroit get their hearts broken in dramatic fashion, like a last
Yeah,
field goal or something.
yeah.
You know?
Okay, would it be a heartbreak though? I don't think it'd be a heartbreak.
hell
I think
yeah.
Detroit.
It would
Detroit
be.
fans are just
It would
stoked to be in
because-
an NFC championship.
that.
They didn't think they'd be
I
here
get-
this year.
No, oh yeah, they did. Everyone thought
Yeah.
Detroit was going to be
Oh,
good
yeah.
this year.
NFC
but I will say-
championship
I
good
will
this
say-
year though.
Maybe not an NFC championship good, but they knew they were going to the playoffs and possibly winning the division because they were the favorites coming into the year to win the division. So everyone thought they were going to win a playoff game. But like I said, like, will it be a heartbreak? Yes and no. They didn't expect to get this far, but like, dude, you're getting this far to the NFC championship game, and then like you get your hopes up to, oh man, we could get to the Super Bowl, and they've never experienced this kind of heartbreak before. This is gonna be new to them, you know. Losing in the NFC championship, like shit, we were just on the doorstep to our first Super Bowl, and we lost. That's gonna be brand new to them. they haven't got to experience
Like
that yet.
why? See, like why the Lions though? I understand you guys haven't won anything, but it's not like the Lions have done anything. What have the Lions done to you guys over the year? Have they stopped you guys from like winning anything? Like what's the hate?
It's not like I hate the Lions. I just don't want to see them win a Super Bowl before the Vikings.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
And why should I root
I
for
mean,
a
it kind of
division rival
sounds like you hit
anyways?
him. You're talking about how much you'd love to see him get their hearts broken. Shit.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, the fans have been kind of
division
Yeah,
rivals,
that
Zach.
kind of sounds like
What
you
am I-
hate him, dog.
What am I
You
going
wanna
to
see
be?
them get their
What am I going
hearts
to be?
broke.
What am I just going to root for a division rival? Like that's.
Well, no,
That's
but
a
I
cuck
mean,
thing
just
to do, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
but-
what the fuck, dude?
I mean,
Go
I
Lions.
like I said before we
No.
started recording, I would root for Buffalo. I feel like their fan base deserves one personally.
No.
Bills
Bro,
Mafia?
I'm a Patriots fan. If I'm a Patriots fan or any kind of fan in the NFC or AFC East, I am not rooting for a division rival. That's just me personally as a fan. Like, there's no.
I
way
wouldn't
in
be like they
hell.
wouldn't be my outright favorite to pick. Like,
No.
Patriots lost.
In
Now I'm
any
rooting for the Bills.
circumstance, bro.
But like going up against like the Chiefs to come out the AFC.
I will
Fuck
say-
yeah, I would be rooting
will
for the
say-
Bills.
No,
Oh,
I'm
fuck
not.
yeah.
I'm not rooting for any. Nah, couldn't be me.
Even
But
if it's
it
just to
was
get
like-
to the Super Bowl and lose, like to beat the Chiefs, absolutely. The Chiefs have actually like stopped the Patriots and like handed us actual heartbreak. The Bills haven't
That's why,
done
like,
that,
people, like,
and Bills Mafia
ask,
is
like,
so supportive of other fan bases too. It's hard to hate on them. Like, and they Bills have had such terrible luck, and they
Dude,
stay
yeah, they
so
lost 4
dedicated.
straight Super Bowls, bro. Like,
Yeah.
that's the most tortured fan base.
I
But
know,
even
and
then,
I'm
dude,
saying like their fans, it's hard to root against them for their fans. And like I said before we started recording, I don't know if I could do the same for the Dolphins or the Jets, but the Bills, I don't know. That's a little different. They've been tortured, and their fans, Like their fans donate to
I
other
get it
teams'
from-
charities after they lose to those teams and shit. Like that's crazy.
I get it
respect.
from. If the Vikings had won 6 Super Bowls, I'd be all for it. But it's
Right?
different.
Yeah.
You know,
As
what
long
I
as
mean?
it's not the Bears
Yeah.
or the Packers, right?
Okay, so like I'm saying, yes, right. So like I was saying, I was about to say, if it ended up being the Packers and Lions in the NFC Championship game, I'm rooting for the Lions.
What
Like, I'm not rooting for Green. I'm rooting for the Lions.
All right. Yeah.
Because fuck those two franchises. I hate those two franchises. But I think the Lions. I would root against. I would hate it either team making the Super Bowl because I hate those teams. You know, but yeah, no. I'd
Yeah,
be
no, that's
Detroit
fair. That's
over-
fair. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, like I just. But at the end of the day, though, like when they're the last one standing, I just can't. I can't. I don't want to see them win. If we won next year and then they get back the year after that, fuck yeah, go Detroit. But no, we have to win one first. That's just how I feel.
Yeah, and that's valid
Yeah.
too. They can have one
Yeah.
after. That's valid.
Right. And granted, and I get the other side of the coin. Like we had our opportunities. We fumbled the bag. I get it. So if they do win one, I won't be completely. It would be less painful than seeing the Packers or Bears win another one. So,
Is there any other team besides those two you'd rather, is there any other team you like between the Lions and those two teams that you would rather less see win one?
more than the Lions at this point, rather than the Packers and Bears?
Yeah, so in between,
So outside of
yeah,
so basically any other NFC team that's not in the North.
just any team in the league, any team in the league.
No.
Okay.
Well, are we talking like AFC if they reach the Super Bowl too?
Yeah, but, probably not.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, probably not. If it was in the NFC Championship game against Philadelphia, maybe.
Ooh, yeah, I forgot you really do hate
Yeah.
Philly. What about the Saints?
Yeah.
You fucking hate the Saints too.
I fucking hate the Saints, man.
But that's probably more of a Sean Payton thing, though, isn't it?
It really is. Though. It's not.
Yeah,
more
that's
it really is
valid.
more Sean Payton.
That's
So
valid.
yeah, maybe I would say in the NFC, maybe Philadelphia, but yeah, no, I'd probably root for any other team against them, and that's just an NFC North thing. So
Alrighty, well,
nothing.
good stuff. We'll move over to the AFC Championship game. We got the Chiefs versus the Ravens. Reed, who do you got?
Brother, I've got the Ravens. Can never bring myself to pick the Chiefs. This feels like a very rhetorical question. I'm going to be completely honest.
I didn't
even hear
what you said. You lost me, brother, man. Bro hadn't said anything for like 10 minutes. Just comes out after the 5-second pause after asking the question. He's just like,
yeah,
brother.
like it just come out of a coma or something. Oh, bro.
Oh,
Good
that's
times,
great.
good
That's
times.
great.
Ravens
you
win.
took who?
Very good
You took
offense,
Ravens?
elite defense. Yeah, it's just going to be too much.
Okay.
Chiefs won't be able to overcome it.
Okay. Brady, who you got?
God, man, this is a really tough game. I know Baltimore's
Yeah.
at home and they're a 4-point favorite. I'd love to see Baltimore win this game, but something tells me just the Chiefs are gonna get it done. I really hope
Something ain't
not.
right.
I really, yeah. I just,
Something ain't right. I agree.
I just
Something
think
ain't right.
I think Pat Mahomes is just gonna make a play. You know, just it's gonna be if it's a close game, I think the Chiefs win. But if the Ravens can get out and do what they've been doing to the other teams all year, Baltimore should win this game, and they should win on paper. But Patrick Mahomes is your quarterback, dude. It's
Yeah.
you always have
Yeah.
a shot.
I agree completely. This is a really tough game for me, and I don't even really have an official pick for this one.
Yeah.
It's just like I
gonna be
I
nice.
really want the Ravens to win, but I am sure as shit not putting any money or my word against Mahomes in the playoffs. Like that's not smart money. Just like Tom Brady, like who's you don't bet against him in the playoffs, even on a
Right.
down year. You don't bet against that dude. It just
Yeah,
it's
this is Lamar's
not
first
what you
appearance
do.
too.
yeah, and it's
So,
just
This is a
it's tough to
sixth
say.
already,
And you
dude.
know, like
That's
you know, the NFL is going to be all about riding that Pfizer Swift dick. You know what I'm saying? The refs gonna be throwing those flags, and it's I don't know. And Patrick Mahomes is gonna be Patrick Mahomes. I'm not trying to take that away from him at all because he is awesome, but everything's working
Jeez.
against the Ravens. I feel like the Ravens are the better team, but I feel like everything's working against them.
Do you?
I did see it
do
was
you
supposed to
think-
be a little slippery maybe there, which might help
Mhm.
Lamar. Maybe it'll juke some defenders or
was-
something. I don't know. Maybe that's a reach.
I was gonna ask you. Do you think they'd have less pressure on them if they were playing in Arrowhead? Or do you think that it's more pressure? They're playing at home in Baltimore to get to the Super Bowl.
No, because I feel like there's already a shit ton of pressure and so many people counting on them already. Like I feel like there's
Yeah.
already so much pressure. I feel like there wouldn't really be
I
more
think-
pressure. It would just be harder because there'd be all the same pressure, and then
Yeah, fair enough.
there it would just be
Yeah.
louder and amplified,
Yeah.
and everyone's counting on you to go in there and do it because you got the better team. You're supposed to upset them. Would they? Do you think they'd be the favorites if it was in Arrowhead, like with these teams as is?
On paper, they'd probably be like a point favorite.
Baltimore, you think? I was thinking, yeah, like a
Yeah.
point and a half, maybe even half a point.
Yeah, it would maybe even be even, honestly. But
Yeah,
yeah, it wouldn't
and
be much. It would pretty much be even, like pick 'em, really.
yeah. In that sense, at half a point, in my opinion, you
Yeah.
always just take the money line. Like you may as well. That basically is a money line. So, yeah.
I think they're well
go ahead.
coached, dude. John Harbaugh is such a good coach. If they just don't turn the ball over, run the ball, and play good defense, because they have the best defense in the league, I think, this is as good of a shot as any to take down the Chiefs. I think this is the worst Chiefs team of the Mahomes era so far. And they're really good still. Which is
yeah, and like Rashee Rice is, I think, gonna be there for a while. Travis Kelce
Yeah,
may have. Yeah, I mean,
he's
he may
getting up
have
there
some
in
playoff
age.
magic in him. Joe Tooney is officially out though, so that is not good. Pacheco's
Is that their
still
left
questionable,
guard?
so he won't be 100%. So
Yeah, I think he was banged up too.
those
Probably a little bit
that
more
is worth
split
considering
carries.
too.
Yeah. It's just, even Kelsey shows up in big moments
Yeah.
in the playoffs. So it's
Hard to count the Chiefs
gonna be a
out,
close
but
game.
I really hope they don't win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This,
of course.
This game I'm probably
Go ahead.
not going to do a whole lot of betting on. I'm probably just going to
Mhm.
sit back and try to hopefully enjoy and just hopefully enjoy. I'm not even going to say the rest of what I want to say, but I'm just hopefully going to enjoy.
It's like, like you said, like I don't really hate the Chiefs, but like the fans are annoying. Like Carter at work, just like go, and he'd wait for me to say, and I'd be like Ravens. I don't
Yeah,
wanna
you
see the
know,
Chiefs
and
fucking
I
win,
used to
dude.
be there where you're at, and I lost it. I can't anymore. I just hate the whole organization, the whole everything about the Chiefs now. Just because now it's all the shit with Taylor. It's Jackson. It's Patrick Mahomes this. Ooh, Patrick Mahomes does this. Patrick Mahomes like ketchup. It's breaking news. Blah blah blah.
Oh, man.
And all
It
this
was like
all
that
this
with Tom
insane
Brady,
shit.
though.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know?
I'm sure, but I never heard like articles about Tom Brady like eating ketchup and steak. Like I don't
Okay,
know.
no, but we're in the more of the social media era as opposed to Tom Brady.
Sure,
He got to-
yeah.
He benefited a lot to playing in the early 2000s. Even really social media wasn't a big thing until you got to like the 2010s. So
Yeah, and just like honestly, I don't like Travis. I don't like Travis.
yeah, he's a douche for sure.
Just feel like the whole organization's basically a huge like never mind. Just I'm not even gonna get into all that. But yeah, I just hate the Chiefs. I just can't move past it now. And I want to be at a point where it's just like, oh, it's just the fans. I don't actually dislike the team because I kind of like Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes is hard to dislike. Like,
Yeah.
he's a nice,
too, man.
he's a
Like,
nice
I
guy.
agree with
He's a
that.
hell of a player. It's
Everything
like
you'd want in a franchise
what
QB.
the fuck can
Like,
you say about him? He's exactly what you want. He says
Is-
the right
is he a
things
little-
on the
He's a little
microphone.
quirky and weird, yeah, but like,
But fuck it.
Yeah,
Who cares?
yeah, he's the best
I don't give a
quarterback.
fuck. Yeah, if he's winning me Super
Uh,
Bowls.
And I try. And that's kind of why, like, I try to be a little understanding because, like, if we had Patrick Mahomes and won 2 Super Bowls, like, I'd be a little loud too. But you know, we're just around it because we're in Kansas. You know, everybody here is Chiefs fans.
Yeah, but
So it's
even
a little
ESPN is bad about like a lot of that stuff with like some of this like Jackson Mahomes kind of stuff. Just like the articles of about stuff that's just not news. It's not about football
I
that
will
you don't
say-
care about. That's
I
just
will
related to
say
the whole
in-
thing. That
I
yeah,
will say in his defense, though, I don't think that's entirely his fault. That his brother's a fucking idiot, you know, and
to a
gets in
degree.
trouble just weird.
To a
Yeah.
degree, he could also be like,
But
"Hey,
also-
I'm cutting you off. You're not getting any more spending money
Right.
until you get the fucking line and act
I
right."
agree there, for sure.
Like,
And also, your dad's a famous baseball player too.
Yeah, so it's not like you're starving
family's
him.
Like, yeah, his
I don't
dad seems
know.
pretty cool too.
and I mean, honestly, looking back, and when you kind of look at it in like full retrospect, I guess though he did it kind of like looks like over time he did sort of get him, Jackson and Brittany both sort of in
Mhm.
check, per se. Like Brittany kind of chilled out
Definitely
there.
toned it down for
she's
sure.
she's kind of gotten a little more rowdy a little bit with Taylor there, but not like in a bad way, more like in a football wife kind of way, like from where she was.
That she's, if you
And
see the
Jackson's
documentary
obviously
quarterback,
not what he was
Yeah.
before,
Yeah.
but still fucking annoying as fuck, and I don't fucking.
I will say this about his wife, though. It's like you ever watched the documentary Quarterback on Netflix. She's just like really, really competitive, and that's why she's very loud and a little obnoxious. So, yeah, she is a little extra a lot, but she's pretty
Yeah, I
supportive
mean-
and pretty competitive. So I will say
Yeah,
that.
you know what?
but-
She's earning her paycheck too. That's what she's
For
doing.
sure.
And you
For
know
sure.
what? She's doing what she's got, and respect to her for that because she's doing the job right. So at least at this point
Absolutely.
now that she's settled down. All right. So now that we got through all of that, I have some quick legacy questions, one for each team one about each team for you guys. So let's start with Detroit first.
Okay.
All bias aside, is Dan Campbell a Hall of Famer if he wins a Super Bowl this year in Detroit?
Mm,
If he retired at the end of the year?
no.
No?
No.
No. Yeah, that's
Does
don't
his
think
record
so?
would still be under 500?
That you don't think bringing a Super Bowl to Detroit after all that time's worth it?
I think he would be a
And turning the
honor.
team around? I mean, he did
I'm not-
basically turn it around from a bad team.
You can make a strong argument that he would be, but when you have a under 500 record total, if you retired after the year with a Super Bowl win, possibly, but when your record is below 500, I don't know.
Okay. Reed?
He would be if
not.
he kept coaching.
I think a Super Bowl and some more really good productive season.
Yeah.
I don't think just
Okay, that was going to be my next question.
Like a
is if
like a
if
Sean
it
Payton
wasn't just the
situation.
Super Bowl, what else does he got to add? So Brady,
He's-
if he had to add something else on to the Super Bowl, what would it be? Beside or redefine like productive seasons.
Yeah, like he said, it wouldn't just necessarily be productive seasons like regular seasons. I think he would have to make like another run or two in the playoffs. Not necessarily win a Super Bowl, but maybe get to a conference championship again. Get some playoff wins, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, like a Sean Payton situation, like he won one and then had success a little bit after. Not crazy amount of success, but you know.
Yeah, but turned around an
Playoffs won a couple
organization and
wins.
was a steady
Yeah.
coach for a long time. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
so
Yeah,
I would
okay.
compare that really like a lot because the Saints were the Lions before they won a Super Bowl. You know.
Would you agree with that career arc, Reed?
Yeah, that's a pretty good comparison actually.
Yeah, I would agree with that too. I think that's a pretty good comparison, especially because both Super Bowls would be pretty early in the career.
For sure.
Okay. So, for the 49ers, same question, but for Kyle Shanahan. If he retired this year and won in the Super Bowl, is he a Hall of Famer?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd say so. Probably not
Not like a
first
first
ballot.
but
Yeah, but yeah, I think he'd make it in
But yeah,
eventually.
Okay.
for the reasons like granted he did choke in the Super Bowl. I guess it's not all on him. Garoppolo
Yeah, he wasn't the
missed
head
a
coach
pass
for that
would've-
either.
Well, and the Falcons won, but the Niners won that they lost to the
Oh,
Chiefs.
yeah.
I mean,
I
yeah,
just-
he
my-
was
my
the coach, but
Patriots fan.
I will
always
say
go back
this.
to 28-3.
he takes some blame in that. But if Garoppolo just completes that pass and doesn't overthrow it, I mean, we're looking at a different world we're living in where the Niners already won a Super Bowl. I won't get into that, but yeah, I mean, being the coordinator, the Falcons, getting Matt Ryan to an MVP, and having success, yeah, I would say so.
How long's he been a head coach now? What
Almost like 7 or 8 years.
7 or 8 years, yeah. Something like
Yeah.
that.
Something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I would agree. Probably pretty close. His name would also help too, I think. Help him probably
yeah.
get in. Just that he's Shanahan.
I mean, what his dad
Would
would
definitely-
right?
Probably definitely not hurt him. Yeah, 2 or 3,
One
yeah.
with Washington and 2 with Denver, I want to say.
Yeah, I knew he got 2 with Denver, so yeah, if he got 1 with Washington, he would have had 3. Yeah.
I wanna
Yeah,
say
definitely an
he did.
all-time coach,
Maybe
that's for sure.
Maybe it wasn't Washington. While you touch up on that, Reed, I'll actually look that up because I'm curious. Mike Shanahan.
Reed, do you have anything to add to that question? If not, we can move on to the next
No.
one while he looks that up.
No,
Okay.
none that there.
So
Okay, he's only a 2-time Super Bowl champ.
it's just 2. Okay.
Goes.
Both with the Broncos.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the Ravens, if they win a Super Bowl, going into next year, where do Lamar Jackson and John Harbaugh rank at their respective positions among active players going into the season? So where does Lamar rank among all QBs, and where does John rank among all coaches going into next year if they win the Super Bowl?
I'll start this one off. I already think John Harbaugh's a Hall of Fame coach. He has a Super Bowl. He's been
Agreed.
the coach there for 16 years. This would just add to the legacy for him. As far as Lamar Jackson goes,
Well, no.
I
That's
think
not the
this-
question though. Where do you think going into next year, if Jim Harbaugh wins the Super Bowl,
or John-
among all the active coaches next year, is he the best coach in the league? Is he number 2? Is he number 3?
is he the best?
That's what
I
I'm
think he
asking.
Okay.
Like, where does he rank? Top 5? You know.
He's already a top 3 coach for me. So he'd probably be the best, honestly.
Okay. What about Lamar?
As far as quarterback rankings,
Yeah,
he
just
would probably. To
you
quickly
putting him
say,
past
I think-
Mahomes?
No, Pat Mahomes 1.
2.
You could argue Burrow or Allen 2 or 3. So in that order, 2, 3, and then I think he'd probably have to put him at 4.
You're going Lamar forward even if he wins a Super Bowl before Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts, or before Joe Burrow?
I'm saying Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, whichever order you want, 2, 3, and then at 4, I put Lamar Jackson.
Even
I'll
if he
probably
wins
have
a
him
Super
at 4 or
Bowl
5.
this year.
Yeah. You could argue
Okay.
he's better than Josh Allen or those guys. I mean, I'm just saying, if we're looking at a quarterback, yeah, I'd probably rather have Joe Burrow. But, yeah, he'd firmly be in the top 5, wherever you want to rank him. He's not past Mahomes. But if you want to rank him 2 through 5, I'm cool with that. I think he's around 3 or 4, wherever you want to. Yeah, you can make the argument he's 3 over Josh Allen. Where would you have him?
I think probably 2 or 3, and I think he would
Yeah.
be in a chance have a really good opportunity to have a really good campaign next year to make a chance to overtake Mahomes for one. If he had a better year, than Mahomes again next year and made a deeper playoff run, I think he would start having a serious argument at that point. And that's a big hypothetical. That is a big hypothetical. Because he's still got to win 2 games before any of that even happens. 2 big games.
Mahomes has been to 6 AFC championships already. 3 Super Bowls.
He's also had the fortune of having Andy Reid right there, having great
got the
GM,
fortune of
having
having
great
John
teams
Harbaugh.
around him.
Ravens are one of the best organizations ever.
They haven't had great offensive minds there the whole time though. John Harbaugh's not necessarily an offensive guy. Like I just feel like stars have aligned more for Patrick Mahomes more than they have for Lamar a little bit. And again, that's not a knock on Patrick either. Because right now he is the better quarterback, bar none.
You should see Lamar Jackson starting if you like QB win stats, you should see his just record as a starting quarterback. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't know, man. You say that, but like the Ravens don't.
What is it? Is it bad?
It's really good. Like really, really good. Like him as a starting quarterback, wins and loss record.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
ridiculous. And you might favor a little bit, but it's not like Lamar Jackson has a really bad situation where like he doesn't have quite dude, they win their games like Lamar Jackson's.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like if he makes a deeper playoff run, if Pat Mahomes has
62
back-to-back
and
down years,
24.
and then Lamar has a deeper playoff run than him next year, I'm not saying he guarantees overtaking Patrick like Mahomes as the number 1 quarterback in the league. I'm just saying the argument really opens up at that point. Like, he's got a serious case to say, I'm the number 1 QB in the league because maybe, he just won a Super Bowl and just went to another AFC championship or just lost another Super Bowl or won another Super Bowl. And Patrick, maybe Kelsey retires this year. Rashee Rice, comes to next year, isn't that dude. And Andy Reid, maybe he retires. And the next year, the Chiefs aren't that great. I mean,
You might be right. Yeah.
I just feel like there's plenty of avenues for it to happen.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm
get
not
what you're
trying.
saying.
That's not me trying to hate on Pat Mahomes at all and trying to knock his greatness and put that on
would
him or
say-
in any kind of way and anything like that. I'm not trying to be a hater when I say any of that. I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to look at possibilities here with that.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel you.
But I think personally that would put John probably best coach in the league going into next year if he wins the Super Bowl. Maybe 2 if Andy Reid is still
Yeah.
there. I think
You could argue
Andy, even Belichick. If we're talking right now, no, because we're talking right now.
current coaches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Reid would still have a
Be
really
hard to
good
overtake
case,
Reid, yeah.
but it would be Andy Reid or John Harbaugh right there. And I think
Yeah,
going into
1 or
next year,
2.
I would probably put Lamar at 2 or 3. Reid, where would you have John and Lamar going to next year if they won a Super Bowl?
John's definitely top 3. Probably have him about number 2 for me, and then Lamar top 3, but he's 3 for me.
Top 3?
Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen above him.
You got Josh Allen above him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
Josh Allen's a freak, dude.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I mean, I guess I get it. Yeah. But fair enough. Yeah, and he's probably got you probably fear injury a little bit less with him, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. He's just a bigger
Yeah.
body.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Dude's a linebacker playing quarterback.
Basically, yeah, just fucking gunning the ball down the field.
Yeah, that dude can huck
All
it.
right.
Ridiculous.
Last question for the Chiefs. We've semi kind of touched on this, but haven't really answered the question yet. If they win the Super Bowl, does Andy Reid retire this year?
No, I don't think so.
How old is he? I need to look that up real quick.
I'm not
60
sure.
something.
I don't think I could make a pick on that, but I've heard rumors that if Andy Reid retires, then Bill Belichick's sliding right in there.
I saw Adam Schefter tweet something about that. Andy Reid's 65, by the way, so I doubtful. He's probably still
I
got
don't
plenty of
think so.
time. Unless he really just
I'd
wants to go
say,
out on top. He'd probably keep running it with Mahomes.
Really, I think he's gonna go until Mahomes goes. So he's 65.
Yeah,
He'd probably
at
coach
that
for
age,
7 years.
Belichick's like
and Mahomes is
75.
28. I bet he coaches up until about Mahomes' 35th year. You know what I mean? Like his age, 35. You know?
Yeah, I would agree. He's probably
To
Mahomes'
the
coach for
mid-late
most of his
30s.
career.
He might leave towards the end of his career. I'm like, all right, I'm old. I want my Super Bowls.
Yeah,
Nothing like
it's
that.
honestly, it could end up
He's
being a very
riding his
similar arc to
prime.
Belichick Brady.
Yeah, he's gonna ride Mahomes' prime all the way. For sure.
Yeah, fuck it. Why wouldn't you? You got a shot to maybe
Right.
take your shot at being best coach of all time and use that
Yeah.
to do it.
yeah,
So let it
definitely.
ride. I mean, I hope he doesn't. Don't get me wrong. I hope he doesn't, but I can't hate him
He's
for taking
gonna
a
be
shot
top
at it.
3 when it's all said and done, probably.
Oh yeah, I mean he might have an argument for it now already. Definitely probably
Yeah.
top 5. Well,
Yeah, I would agree with top 5.
yeah.
Got
That
two
right there,
or
that
three,
could be a good
4.
ZBR episode. We could do
Yeah.
all time
Ranking
coaches. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a fun one.
So, I guess that kind of answers that question. Yeah, probably all no there. But back to the Belichick thing. Honestly, I really, even if he did retire, let's say hypothetically Andy Reid did retire, I don't think they would hire Bill Belichick because
Either.
I don't think the Chiefs fan base would back that move at all, and I think they would get a shit ton of pushback and blowback on that. I already
would've
saw
got
that
no offense
just
to
all
Jeff
through
Wilbur.
Twitter. Just everyone was like, anybody but him. They're like, even if Andy leaves, we want to go young and fresh. We don't want an old like coach like that. Like, and plus, one thing I've seen some stuff about Bill too is that he wants too much control, and that's part of why he hasn't landed anywhere yet. And teams don't want to give him all that control because they saw how things ended in New England, which I get. He should stick to coaching. He shouldn't be doing personnel. But you gotta, with a coach like him, you gotta let him
You can
not
still let
pick a
him in the draft
GM
room.
per se, but maybe narrow down a list of GMs that you're okay with and say these are the ones, like that I can work with. We're gonna have like similar visions. We can make something happen with them. And you gotta kind of work with them on that. But yeah, I don't know. Low key, I said it on Keep It About Ball today. Maybe Bill Belichick doesn't get a coaching job, and also low key, there's a chance right now it's looking like Mike Vrabel might be a coordinator next year. He might not get a head coaching job. If Dan Quinn ends up in Seattle, he had a second interview, I think, there. So he might end up there. I think they interviewed somebody else. If they hire one of those guys, if Atlanta hires Bill or vice versa, or if either one of those places hire other guys, either one of another one of those
Who's
guys.
left? Seattle, and who else hasn't had a coach? Washington, which they're
Yeah,
going to hire
Washington.
Ben Johnson from the Lions. That's the worst kept secret.
That's
So
what
really,
I
it's
was
just
saying
gonna come
Atlanta. I
down
meant
to
Washington,
Seattle.
but I was saying Atlanta, but I meant Washington.
Yeah, Washington's going to.
Who did Atlanta hire?
Raheem Morris.
Mostert. That's right.
Morris.
Oh, Morris. Yeah, Mostert.
Yeah, I got that confusion too. I got that confusion too the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a chance Bill Belichick maybe just doesn't even. You think I kind of feel like Seattle is the spot for him personally. Seattle feels like more of a Bill Belichick team than Atlanta does to me personally.
Yeah.
Seattle just seems like kind of more his kind of town and defensive kind of team. He can do that. And plus, they got some offensive weapons there, so people can't yell at him about not being able to draft receivers and shit because he's already got 2 of them there.
Right.
So I could see that. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how those positions get filled over there.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, it's gonna be I'm excited for the draft too. So
Me too. I am really excited to see if the Patriots draft a quarterback. If the Patriots draft a quarterback, I might trade up in the draft.
to 1.
No, because Caleb Williams is probably going 1.
Right.
Yeah, probably
Yeah,
probably try to get 3 or 4.
Yeah, I've tried to get 4 from TJ.
Yeah, I believe it's Tree
I
J.
don't think
Who's got 3? Oh, it's not you. It's you that has 3. Yeah, so it's 5. I was thinking. And who did you want?
Scott.
Who was it you were thinking? It wasn't quarterback.
Like drafting?
Yeah.
I was looking at the LSU receiver, Neighbors.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But
What's
also-
his fucking name? Is it Neighbors?
Brock Bowers. Yeah, and then Brock
Oh,
Bowers too.
And Brock
'Cause
Bowers,
he's
that's
a
right.
freak.
Yeah, I remember you saying something
Yeah.
about him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reed, were you trading up for a quarterback?
What, from pick 5?
Yeah, were you traded for a pick, right?
Yeah, he's got the 5th.
Yeah, and you're after a quarterback, aren't you?
Potentially, depends how everything falls and where they get drafted.
Okay. Would you draft a New England quarterback?
Huh?
Would
Would
you
I?
draft a New England quarterback? Yeah.
Probably not.
Well, you
It
just
would have
gave
to
Zach
be-
leverage there, you dork.
Huh?
You just gave Zach leverage there, you dork. You should
Really
have
give
said
Zach
yes.
leverage. What do you mean drafting New England QB?
Because, like, you should have said, yeah, I'm considering it. Oh, man, maybe I should trade for your pick. Can
Yeah.
you still get your player?
And now I'm just
By
gonna try to
trading
trade
down,
for the
dude.
6th pick or the 7th pick.
I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. How do you guys know that
I'm
New
saying,
England's not
like,
going to trade out of
I'm
a
saying,
QB?
like,
What are you guys
okay.
talking about?
No.
Well, potentially.
No.
Okay, potentially. You just
Okay.
gave me a letter.
Yeah, I
hypothetical
said this all. I
s-
said this all
hypothetical.
depends on how the draft
And
goes.
Yeah.
In this hypothetical scenario, if you were to trade, like, back 2 spots or something, and, like, hey, you look at a trade New England quarterback. No. Cool. I don't have to trade with you. I mean, it's going to fall to me anyway. Rather than him trading you a pick, you still getting capital and still getting your player you wanted. Is basically the hypothetical scenario we were talking about.
What, Zach trading back? I don't understand, dude.
No. Okay,
No,
so you have
no,
the 5th
no.
pick.
I'm keeping my number 2 pick, and then I'm trading to add like another 1st-round pick.
I'm
Yes.
not trading out of
And
5.
say you, no, okay.
You're not trading out of
this is
5.
all-
No.
this
Well,
is all just
I'm
a
not really. I don't really
hypothetical
want you to trade
scenario.
out of 5. That's fine. I just kind of
This
wanted
is
to know
all
if
just
you
a
had interest in.
hypothetical.
Basically, I want realistically, I think Jaden Daniels is probably going to the Patriots. So basically, I wanted to know if you are going to draft Jaden Daniels if he goes to the Patriots.
I will tell you number 1 right now. Jaden Daniels is my favorite QB in the draft. So if he's there,
Yeah.
I'm likely to take him
Even at the
if I take-
Patriots.
potentially. That's the only QB I would consider taking if they went to the Patriots.
Would you consider him if they like grabbed a high-end receiver, like the ones you like,
Oh,
like a
especially.
Troy Franklin or something?
Yeah. If they grab Troy Franklin,
Yeah,
oh fuck yeah.
yeah.
Troy Franklin's my wide receiver 3.
Because I think he might be there in the 2nd round. Don't you think? Like
Who?
an actual draft.
Troy Franklin?
That Oregon wide receiver, Troy Franklin.
Not if Carson's smart and he wants a receiver.
No, I'm talking about like in the,
The
round, let's
NFL
say,
draft.
NFL.
I'm saying like let's say I'm saying like say Jaden Daniels got drafted to the Patriots and then they got a receiver in the 2nd round. Would
I can tell you
consider
right now,
drafting.
if Troy Franklin is available in the last 4 picks of the 1st round, I would bet you money the Chiefs scoop him up.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it.
Or even the Ravens. I mean, add another one.
Could you imagine if they traded all the way up for Brock Bowers?
Chiefs?
It would be cool, but unnecessary. Isaiah Likely's not bad, and you still have Mark Andrews. Or wait,
Oh,
are you
yeah.
talking about the Chiefs?
Chiefs.
Oh, man.
Shoot me.
Yeah, you just shut the fuck up, Brady. Yeah, don't even
Yeah, don't you
talk
put that
stuff
evil
like
on me.
that. You
What's
on,
really-
on
what's
America.
really-
Don't put it on America.
Yeah.
Like, sheesh.
What's really intriguing about Brock Bowers, though, is if he lands with the Chargers, which he's projected to go 5th, that's, phew. You know, he's going to get some targets. But also Jim Harbaugh, the way he runs his offense scares me, because he's a run-heavy dude, you know. I think his offensive pass attempt ranks were like 30th, 31st, and like 29th in the years he was coaching at San Fran. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Chargers fans. Well, no, let me rephrase that because that phrase just doesn't exist, like, in general. I've seen a good portion of the amount of Chargers fans that exist. I can't say a lot. A portion of them acting like, ooh, we got Harbaugh, like, Super Bowl, let's go. It's all time to go. Like, I don't think. I'm not. He's a great coach. He's a great coach. Been to a Super Bowl in the NFL. Obviously had some
He'll have
success
more
there.
success
Just coming
than
off a
State.
college national championship. It's the Chargers, and I don't. It's not like he won. Did he win a Super Bowl? He lost, right?
Yeah, to his brother.
Yeah, and
John Harbaugh.
what other head coaching job did he have? Didn't he have another one in the NFL, or was
No.
that his only one?
That's his only one.
Yeah, man, this really feels like our standards, like Chargers getting right into it in the offseason, getting A+ grade in the offseason. They're going to nail the coach. They're going to nail the staff. They're going to nail their draft. They're going to nail their signings. And then they're going to come out and they're going to go 7-10 and be pretty underwhelming. Yeah, just...
They're in cap hell, too.
Yeah, like... do either of you guys see any, like... I can't understand maybe more optimism from where they're coming from for Chargers fans, or
I think
just
it's,
like people talking about the Chargers in general. But like, do you guys see like potential for like at least like first year like real success there?
I think they will perform
Yeah, I
pretty
think
well.
they'll make
Probably
the
win
playoffs.
8, but I think it's. I don't think it's going to be perfect. I think they'll look like they're gonna do something. They'll show flashes, but they'll finish with 8 wins. Probably barely miss the playoffs or barely make it. And I think year 2 they will really make some noise and probably make it. I think Harbaugh's a great coach. He's great at building a team. He's great at drafting. Coaching staff will probably attract a lot of attention. I just feel like it's inevitably going to go into the Chargers' favor. Just first year, people are kind of overreacting.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if they have a lot of success in Harbaugh's first season.
I think they'll make the playoffs. And
First year?
It's going to be a lot more successful to say, like, yeah. I think they could win 10 games with that roster. There's no reason they can't. It's just the Chargers always Charger. But I think that
absolutely.
the players really want to play for Harbaugh. So I think they'll be better coached. And, yeah, I think they'll get it as a wild
Agreed.
card.
Agreed. And I don't know if I'm going to necessarily go and put them as just a playoff team quite next year. I think I would probably go similar to Reed, a range of anywhere from like 8 to 10 wins, fringe playoff team in the hunt at the end of the year. Maybe they get in, maybe they don't. But I think they'll kind of have an advantage in that Harbaugh has been recruiting all these college kids. He's been recruiting and scouting all these guys that are coming out for the next 3-4 years. He's been scouting them, watching all their film as much as any of these like NFL coaches or scouts, these last few years. So he knows who to draft, like who he wants and the players to get that are going to fit his system and fit the NFL. So
Yeah.
you would think they're going to have probably some
decent success drafting the next few years, which should set them up well. I would really hate to see, like, if he does draft well and maybe he's making progress, but then NFL doing what the NFL's been doing and the Chargers just get impatient and say you're not doing it fast enough. We're worried about you wasting Herbert's prime, and they just fire him, and then a lot of maybe that talent just never really develops because the Chargers hire a booty-ass coach like the Chargers probably will do after having a good coach like Harbaugh and probably inevitably firing him for not... I mean, look, just like what they did with Marty Schottenheimer. Like, oh, you went 14-2, not good enough, fired.
Mm-hmm.
You're done, you're gone. Harbaugh could probably, like, go undefeated next year and then, like, miss the playoffs the next year, and then they'd be like, we're just really concerned about our future, it's probably time to move on, mutually part ways. Like, that's just the Chargers. Maybe that example was too far because I mentioned the Chargers winning the Super Bowl, and we all know that's not going to happen. He could win the Chargers a playoff game, and they would bail on the next year. Kind of thing, I guess, would be a more realistic example. I don't think that would even be too crazy. Like, if you won a playoff game like this first coming year, and then the next year went like 5 and 12. Depending on some like things that happen throughout the year, I wouldn't be surprised if they bailed on him. Especially if there's talk about he lost the locker room and stuff.
Yeah, if he lost the locker room, maybe.
Maybe, but I think that's always just a really lame excuse to move off coaches too early. Like, I feel like a lot of teams just throw that out there, and I don't think a lot of times when we see that get put out, how much it is always true, because a lot of times teams leak stuff out, to like the people they know, like, this and that, because they want things to look a certain way. And players will do the same things with their agents too. I mean, leak things certain ways to give, another side leverage and stuff like that. But, yeah. Yup. Do you guys have any NFL thoughts, questions you guys want to add or discuss before we wind up the show here?
I don't think so.
No.
Glad we're back on a regular schedule now, so, yeah.
Yeah, regular basis anyways, yeah. Kind of hit or miss on our nights, but I think as long as we're getting these episodes out weekly, maybe once or twice weekly, we should be good. I'm not excited for like football season to be over, but I am kind of excited for us to have some just NBA episodes. I think some of those will be fun.
Yeah. Deeper dive. That'll be a lot of fun for sure.
Yeah. We got to get you guys on Keep It About Ball one of these days. Maybe tomorrow, if you guys got time, or maybe Sunday or something this weekend.
Well, what time would you record tomorrow?
I'm not really sure. Hopefully, what would be better for you?
Well, let's shoot for Sunday.
Okay. What time Sunday would work best for you?
I should be able to be free anytime.
Anytime.
Just about,
I bet. We can probably try and aim for the morning then.
Okay. Let me know what time so I can make sure I look at some bets. Well, do you want to do it about 11:30? You want to wait for like the AI guys to get some stuff out and record?
Yeah, we should probably wait on Dan to get some of our AI picks out. And I'm sure we'll have some other picks to give out. Brady, do you want to come on Sunday and talk some bets, what we're going to do Sunday morning?
Depending on what time, you guys just let me know.
I can honestly go as early as you guys want. If you guys want to do it early in the day, I can do that. Or if you guys, anytime tomorrow. Honestly, I'm free anytime the next 2 days leading up to the games. I'm free whenever. Whenever works for you two. I am down. And if you guys can't, like, it's no big deal. I'll just run through it. I'm not doing as much betting coverage on it per se as I was there for a while. Just kind of touching on it a little bit at the end of the episodes now. And just going through scores and headlines. But, alright guys, we're going to wrap up the show there. Don't forget to follow the show on Twitter at ZBR Sports. And please, 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 extra please, even more importantly, subscribe to the show on YouTube so we can hit 50 subscribers, so that YouTube will allow us to start going live. We really think it'll greatly improve our ability to put out a better show when we do episodes like this. Although I think tonight was actually a pretty solid episode.
Yeah.
But I think we all think it'll improve episodes that we do like this. Probably improve, make it easier for you guys to do when you guys do stand 'em up. Which, if you haven't checked out in the ZBR feed yet, go do that. Good stuff there. Go check out Keep It About Ball. Yeah, and that's it. Thanks for listening. See you guys.
All right, take care. See you.
Later.